Yahoo! Welcome, my beautiful brothers and sisters, to the Aquarian Adepts, my platform to become your spiritual server. And welcome, Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, and Cancer Rising, or to anybody who just wants to hang out with the Cancer tribe, to your first half of June 2018 report. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. And yeah, I only have 2 videos that I've uploaded so far. At the time of me recording this, it's actually June 4th. I actually just got up for work and I have the water signs left to do. So I will be uploading videos over the course of the next few hours. And in fact, one of the transits that I'm covering in this has technically already happened. That being said, we're still going to cover it, still don't get the videos out. And I'm just really happy to finally be doing the videos for the 12 signs again, because I haven't done them in several weeks. So thank you so much for being patient with me, Cancer. Thank you for watching. Thank you for viewing, subscribing, anything that you do to really help support the channel. I definitely really appreciate it. Thank you so much. So I already drew the cards for you. I'm using my story arc tarot spread, and there are 4 particular transits I'm going to be talking about with the astrology. So astrologically, we do have Uranus shifting to the 1st degree of Taurus, and this is rather interesting because Uranus being an outer planet, it takes a while for it to move. It's a little slow. It shifted into Taurus on May 15th, so this was about 20 to 21 days ago, and it's finally going to hit that 1st degree mark. In fact, at the time of me recording it, it's already there. What is Uranus in Taurus? Well, I did make a longer video on it, so if you haven't already checked it out, be sure to definitely check that out on my channel. But it's essentially going to be this innovation when it comes to self-worth and self-value, and really, in many ways, the fabric of our earth really beginning to change in our society, and the way things actually appear from a physical manifestation standpoint really beginning to shift and change forever. It kind of look more towards the future. For you, though, this is the 11th house, which has to do with people, has to deal with the future, and it's interesting because this is actually the natural house of Uranus. It's the 11th house, Aquarius. So for you, you're going to kind of get this interesting insight into Uranus shifting to the 1st degree of Taurus, because it's going to give you sort of almost like this, I almost like to say this is kind of previewing when the North Node goes into your sign. Because the North Node will come into your sign later on this year. I think it's around I want to say it's around November or so when the North Node goes into that spot. But wherever the North Node is, that's kind of where the universe, God and Goddess, is kind of like directing us to kind of point our life in that direction. So the Uranus shifting into the 1st degree of Taurus in your 11th house, you really are going to be thinking about the future. You really are going to be thinking about humanity as a whole, and what you really can do to bring about that healing. Because Cancer, you are naturally a healing sign, but you're also really trying to figure out how to direct your healing, right? Because you are cardinal water. So with this shift to the 1st degree, you are really going to start to really think about the confidence of the population. And really, you're going to start to even examine and see how we are as a species and how we value ourselves as a species. And you're really going to want to begin to be of service and make your healing energy of service. But at the same time, I want to, of course, caution you just because, there are people that will come to you for healing, and you don't necessarily want to give so much of yourself that you forget about yourself. Because sometimes, Cancer, you can do that. Sometimes, Cancer, you can give so much to others and be this empathic, great healer that you forget about yourself. But Uranus shifting to this 1st degree of Taurus is really going to give you kind of an eye for the future. A very definitely just nice peer into what is to come. We also have on the 12th, the planet of the mind and communication, Mercury shifting into Cancer, your 1st house. This is your sign. So when Mercury shifts into your house, this is when your thought processes and your communication goes through a revamp period. And this is really going to be you have changed emotionally. Things have changed. The past year especially has been very wild, and you are preparing, like I said, for the North Node to come into your sign. So fact, this will be the last time that Mercury is in your sign before the North Node comes into this spot later on this year. So this is really definitely going to be an opportunity for you to really begin to communicate more with your emotions and make sure that they are in line with your heart and more in line with where you are heading in life. Mercury shifting into your sign, it's also you're going to really be speaking in many ways from your emotional self, but even from your ego self, because since it's the natural first house ruled by Aries, you really are going to be speaking from your ego. But your ego, of course, is considering your emotions and how you feel about certain things, right? We also have on the 13th, the next day, we have Venus shifting into Leo, which is your second house of earned income, self-worth, self-confidence, money. And this is really going to bring a nice spark to this area of life. You're definitely going to be attracting potential money-making opportunities. This could be, you adding another income stream, but the way you're going to add this income stream to your life, or the way that you're going to bring about this new sense of self-worth and self-confidence, is really by listening to your heart. That's really what's important. I think Mercury shifting into Cancer the first day is really going to connect you first to your emotions, and then literally the next day, Venus shifting into Leo is going to connect that attraction energy to your heart. So you're really going to start opening up more to how you feel about your current situation, how you feel about life, and then where is your heart? Where is your inner child? What does your inner child want to play? What does your inner child want? I think Venus shifting into Leo, your second house, you really are going to start to consider, your self-worth and just how important it is to listen to your heart and to be guided by your heart. We also have on the 13th, we also have the new moon in Gemini. And this is interesting because for you, this is the 12th house. So this new moon is going to be very spiritual, very karmic. So any type of conversations that you have around this time, any people that you are dealing with around this time, this is karmic. This was planned before you even came here. I believe that we plan everything before we come here, but there are certain periods and moments in life and certain people and conversations that we have that you can just tell on a deeper level are karmic, destiny, fated. And anything that happens to you during this new moon or around this new moon, when it comes to communication, when it comes to your thought process, when it comes to anything like this, it is fated. Being in the 12th house is going to be a very spiritual new moon for you, because it's almost going to bring about this revitalization within your spirit and your trust in the universe, trust in God, and God is that you are being guided in the right direction. This is really going to be a time, this first half of the month, that's going to kind of fly by. Like I said, we're at the 4th of June as I'm recording this. But it's going to be a very pivotal time, because with this Uranus shift, we're really kind of beginning things off. And of course, we have other transits going on, which I'll talk about in the weekly. You are really going to be coming into a time where people are going to be looking at you, Cancer, for okay, what do we do about the future? I mean, people are going to be looking mainly to you, of course, Aquarius and Taurus. You three are probably the main three signs that people are going to be looking at. Why? Well, Aquarius rules the future and is ruled by Uranus. 2, Uranus is in Taurus, so Taurus is going to kind of have a leg up there. But 3, your 11th house is Taurus. So the three of you, those three signs, there are people going to be looking at you all to figure out really what direction are we really going in. Whereas Aquarius might bring the inventions, and Taurus might bring the manifestation, you're going to bring the healing. How can we heal? How can we come more into a future where we actually do care about our emotions and we actually take care of ourselves? We actually, in many ways, I would say, even safeguard our vibration. Because while Venus was in your sign, it was about safeguarding our vibration. When it shifts into Leo, you're going to really know who safeguarded their vibration based off of really how much fun they have when Venus moves into Leo, and just how expressive and creative they are, and how they're expressing from their inner child, and how passionate they are. Like I said, this is your second house, so if you are doing the work, if you are really taking care of yourself, Cancer, you really can come into a time, this first half of the month, where you are feeling very, very, very powerful. Now, let's move into the cards. We actually have for your theme, we actually have for your theme, grace and gratitude. And this says, through gratitude, joy expands. And so, how true is that? How true is that? It would be really advantageous for you, Cancer, to adopt some type of gratitude practice. Even if it's as simple as the first thing that you wake up, you just say thank you. Just say thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for the day. Thank you for this beautiful day. Thank you for the breath. Thank you for, and more than likely, if you're watching this video, you have a bed, you have a roof over your head, you ate today, you had water today. More than likely, you did. So be grateful, be thankful, because it's actually by getting into the attitude of gratitude that your joy really is going to expand, because you're sending that signal to the universe that you appreciate that which is in your life. So you have no choice but to attract more of that joy, to attract more of what you are appreciative for. You have no choice but to. It's going to be this theme of gratitude is probably it's an amazing theme to have this first half of the month, because really by stepping into that vibration of gratitude, you really are going to be feeling the power of Cancer. Interesting enough, for the for the exposition of the story, we actually have the Five of Pentacles, and this card speaks to this. It speaks to this sort of impoverishment. It speaks to this financial, depravity almost. I would even say just really a lack of confidence. And I think maybe even coming into this, you might be feeling that. You're going to get that revival, especially like I said, with that new moon in Gemini. You want to make sure that you're establishing really, I would like to say, positive affirmation and positive communication with yourself. Now, we have so many thoughts, right? And it's like, you have your 12th house is Gemini, so it's like, I'm sure you definitely, your thoughts probably fly all over the place, absolutely. But it's like, we have to remember that, I kind of just honestly lost my thought, that's crazy. My thought process really just trailed off a bit there. But anyways, the Five of Pentacles really is saying here that you don't really need to be communicating this sense of lack to yourself. You don't need to be communicating that back to yourself. Interesting enough, in this card, you see that butterfly that's come within the orb of this character's, bubble. There's this orb, and they're just kind of sulking in things. And this card really does speak to, you're not really feeling confident. That's another thing about the Five of Pentacles. It's like this lack of confidence to really manifest. But this butterfly is coming to you, and the butterfly is a symbol of transformation, of transmutation too. So it's like you can take whatever situation that you are in and transmute it, transform it. You don't have to feel scarce. You don't have to feel this depravity. Really, truthfully, like I said, it's by being grateful for everything that's happening right now, even that which seems negative. That's interesting. That actually spurred back my train of thought from earlier. It actually can promote more peace, harmony, balance. And like I said, we all have so many thoughts a day. It's hard to monitor all those thoughts, and we're going to have weird thoughts. We're going to have negative thoughts. We're going to have chaotic thoughts, But at the same time, you want to certainly work on establishing this more positive communication with yourself, more confident communication with yourself, building yourself up, We have the Two of Wands as the inciting action, so there's definitely going to be some type of decision of a direction that you're going to want to make, but you're going to kind of hesitate on it. The Two of Wands in reverse almost sort of has the energy of the Two of Swords. Because the Two of Wands usually speaks to there's a path, you can go either this way or that way. But when it's in reverse, you really are pondering over which way to go or not. Interesting enough, we actually have the Two of Pentacles following right after it, and this is in your Rising Action card. So really, whatever direction that you take is going to be in the direction where you feel like you can start to build bridges. Because this card normally shows someone who is holding these pentacles, and usually there's either there's the infinity symbol going around them, or there's like a rainbow going around them. So you're going to be, and in this case, it actually shows like these fairies jumping from one pentacle to the other. So whatever direction that you take with that Two of Wands, whatever decision that you make, you're looking for the decision, you're looking for the path that's going to allow you to start to build bridges. start to actually kind of, create this building block towards this manifestation that you are looking to manifest, this light that you're looking to manifest. You're looking to take the path that's going to allow you to put one step in front of the other, not kind of go a few steps forward, several steps back, and kind of go this way and kind of go that way. This is about you going like boom, 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 boom. And since you're a cardinal water, and if you allow yourself to be kind of guided by your emotions and kind of direct that healing, you will be able to kind of just be able to move throughout this first half of the month, one step in front of the other, and you will actually gain great healing from taking this purposeful action and building with the Two of Pentacles. The climax is actually the Ace of Swords. This is incredible. This is certainly new communication, new thought, new power. Like I said, we have Mercury shifting into your sign, so you already are going to be really on the forefront of this communication and communicating your truth and communicating the truth of how you feel. But like I said, this is also a new moon in Gemini, the 12th house. And this is speaking, like I said, this is you speaking of, like, you're really going to be almost speaking from a place of spirit, communicating what has come up within your spirit, your karma, past lives. You really are going to go through this period, like, definitely I would say that you will probably have some rather prophetic dreams around the new moon period, where one of your guides or one of your angels, or even like a family member that's passed on, or even people that are still living, will say something to you very, very powerful, and it's going to wake up something. It's going to like send this light bulb off. Because it is also could be, there's a lot of air energy here, because we also have Uranus shifting into the first degree of Taurus, your 11th house naturally ruled by Aquarius. So communication and the mind is super, super important, and you are going to really realize just how powerful and magical words are, because words are spells, right? We have the Star card, the card of Aquarius appearing in your falling action. And it's funny because Uranus is in your 11th house naturally ruled by Aquarius. So you're definitely going to be guided heavily by spirit this week. You're definitely going to be in this period where it feels rather mystical. It's almost going to feel like a dream in a way, this first half of the month, because it's like, it's once you really begin to establish this confidence in yourself, things are just going to kind of fall right into place, and you're going to kind of just be looking at it, you're like, wow, this is this is beyond anything that I could have imagined. But really, it's by following your heart, following those emotions, and really using the tool of your imagination, you'll be able to create anything. And also, this comes off the theme of grace and gratitude. And it's through gratitude that your joy expands. So be grateful. Like, practice gratitude literally every day. And since like the Star card appears in the falling action, this is gonna kind of taper off, at the end of it, where you realize just how guided you are, and just how, the stars are guiding you right now, Cancer. The stars are guiding all of us, but the stars are really guiding you right now, Cancer. And like I said, things are shifting in that direction. It's like the North Node will be coming into Cancer later. I know that's a later transit, but you really are looking towards the future, and you're really looking to, heal the present moment so we can actually build a better future. For the resolution, we have the Magician. And this is great because this is the card of Gemini, and you have the new moon in Gemini, of course, like I said, your 12th house. You really, and I feel like this is going to come more from a dream. Like, you probably will go lucid some point in the first half of the month, or around like the 13th, 14th, or 15th. And you might have a really prophetic dream where you really just create something, you bring something forth. And it's going to have you feeling super powerful, because then you're going to actually begin to manifest this and bring it into real life. You're really going to be feeling like the Magician by the end of the first 2 weeks. You're going to be really feeling super powerful. And I think it's pretty cool that the writer of the story is actually the Ace of Wands. So you have two aces. You have two aces, and you also have the two major arcanas with the Star and the Magician. This is super powerful. You are going to be feeling super powerful with communicating your truth. You're going to be feeling super powerful with being creative, bringing your passion forth. And really, it's through gratitude and it's just through that joy and that bliss that you're really going to bring this forth. By the end of this, you're going to really have no need to be feeling impoverished, whether it comes mentally, physically, financially, spiritually. You're going through a major revival period this first half of the month, Cancer. It's really going to put a spark back into you. It's almost like you're kind of like, it's like you're kind of like, you have like your pick of a wand this week. It's like you're a Harry Potter and you're in Harry Potter right now, and you have like your pick of a wand, and it's like the wand's almost going to speak to you, like speak their truth, and you're going to like grab this wand and just start like, you're just going to know spells like off the top of your head that you otherwise wouldn't have known, but it's going to like just be pulled out of your spirit. It's just going to be pulled out of your soul, and you're just going to start waving your wand and start materializing things. You start casting like healing over here, healing over there, healing over there. But like I said, you want to make sure that you work on yourself and protect your vibration. You want to make sure that you safeguard your vibration, because it's by doing that that you are really going to expand. That is your reading, Cancer. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And if you would like a personal reading with me, you can follow the link in the description below to the AquarianAdepts.com. And always remember, my beautiful brothers and sisters, to keep moving forward, to stay focused, and Yahoo! Smile often.